Hi everyone, welcome. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how we can control the multiple LEDs using distance sensor. As I put any object in front of the distance sensor, so as I get close to the distance sensor, it turns on more lights. So that based on the distance, it controls the numbers of LEDs that's going to turn on. Right? It's a great fun project. So and now you're going to see in the coming moments how I made the circuit and the programming as well. Now let's carry on with the circuit. How can we build the circuit using LEDs, a sensor, Arduino breadboard together, and also how can we make it deal with programming. I opened my Tinkercad, and as you see, project name is a controlling multiple LEDs by distance sensor. I took my previous project. Who are interested in this, they can take the previous video, you can find in the description, and you can see how I did this. And now I'm going to just carry on from the previous project. We'll just add a couple of LEDs, alright, because as I get close to distance sensor, I want more LEDs to be turned on, because the project name is already controlling multiple LEDs, right? So I'm going to quickly connect them by the resistor to minus. And each of them has to be 220 ohm, and I can just copy paste this, and each of them will be connected to any pin number. I'm gonna start from the number 7. So we have finished the circuit by connecting LEDs. Now we can continue with the programming. I need to introduce those pins, okay, to my the setup part. So the first one is number 7. I can just write there 7, okay, and it's output, and I can copy paste this one. So 2, 4, 6, and 7 of them. Now just increase the numbers by 1. So now when I start the simulation, you can see that it shows the distance of the object between itself and distance sensor. Okay, so when I get less than 70, I want to turn on first light. Every 10 centimeters I get closer, it will turn on another light. Okay, so the more closer I stay to sensor, more lights is going to turn on. So when I go back to programming, first I have to write the functions, right? So it's going to be more simpler when I go with the functions. So in the loop part, I don't want to see a lot of codes, because to turn on one light you're going to write 7 digital codes. So 7, maybe 6 you're going to turn off, 1 you're going to turn on, and then in another statement you will say 2 turn on, 5 turn off. So to make the thing more simpler, it's better to go with functions. Remember in the previous tutorials we were writing the functions with void. As you see, all the functions are written with void. Void, loop actually is the main function, all the codes being checked all the time and it's being executed. The void setup actually checks what elements you have, what type of elements you have there. Now in the below I'm going to declare different functions. I'll call my function light 0, which means there will be no light on. Okay, so I'm going to write here digital, right? So the number of the LED is 7, right? Comma, so we were writing high or low. So instead of high or low, you can write the basic 0 or 1. 0 means the light is off, 1 is light is on. So I will just copy paste this. Six and 7. I just need to change the number. So light 0 gonna actually turn off all the lights. When I do this, I'm gonna just copy this and paste to below, and this time I'll say light 1, and the light 1 we will turn on only one light. I'm gonna copy this again, and this time I'll call this light 2, and it's gonna turn on 2 lights. Okay, so every time I change actually I copy paste the previous one, I change the number from 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, and I'm gonna turn on one more light by turning the 0 to 1. Alright, so that's it, that's simple. Let's carry out this till 7. Alright, now we can use these functions in the if statements. So by the if statements we can control the numbers of LEDs to turn on. We can control them easily. So I will just write the if distance less than 10 centimeters. In that case I want to turn on all the lights. Okay, so my function was light 7, right, to turn on all the lights. So else if distance this time less than 20 centimeters, this time it's gonna turn on only 6 lights, right? So the more closer we stay to sensor, more LEDs we will turn on, right? So that if this less than 10 centimeters, then 7 lights. If it's gets away from the distance, then it will be actually 6 lights, while it was 7 lights when it's less than 70. So it's gonna be 6 lights when it's less than 20 and more than 10 centimeters. Let's say 6. All I need to do is just copy this part and paste to the below, and I just need to change this to the 30. So the more distance it makes from the sensor, so less LEDs will be turned on, right? So I just need to control this part. Now this time it's 40 and 4. So it's getting away from the sensor. If it's more than 40, less than 50, so like 41 till 49, it can turn on only 3 LEDs. I will copy paste this part as well. If it's more than 50, less than 60, like 51, between 51 and 59, this time it will turn on 2 lights. More than 60, less than 70, gonna turn on only 1 light. So I don't need to mention about another function, because if our value doesn't meet with any of these statements, then we will turn off all the lights. We will say else light 0. Okay, so that's it. Now let's check quickly one more time. We have the distance. It tells us the centimeters, the between object and sensor. If it's less than 10 centimeters, then it turns on the 7 lights. If it's more than 10 and less than 20, in that case it turns on the 6 lights. If it's more than 20, less than 30, like 31, from 21 to 29, this time it turns on the 5 lights, and the values is being changed in different statements. And finally, if it doesn't meet with any of the coming values based on the statements, then it turns off all the lights by using light 0 function. Let's quickly start simulation. As you see, my object is like 46 centimeters. As I get close, it turns on all the lights. Okay, so when I get away, this time it turns off the lights. So when I get over 70, it uses this light 0. When I get like less than 70, this is less than 70, light 1 was only 1 light. You can see it here. And less than 40, less than 40, more than 50. Here light 3. Let's go to light 3. 36. 36, wait a minute. 36 says more than, yeah, more than 30, right? Less than 40. Here light 4. So we go to light 4. It only turns on the 4 light. Alright, it's going well. Alright, so I think it's clear. Now you can see how I done this in the real elements of Arduino. I hope you're going to practice the same, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. See you in another tutorial. Bye bye.